Men over 60. Just press 2 points on your manhood and wake up hard. Every morning. Gentlemen over 60, listen closely. Because what I'm about to say may change the way you understand your own body. If you wake up in the morning feeling like your vitality isn't as strong as it used to be, if those morning erections that once showed up effortlessly have quietly faded away, I need you to understand one crucial thing. This is not because you're old. Your body isn't damaged. Your masculinity hasn't disappeared. What's happening is far simpler and far more hopeful than that. Your erections haven't vanished. They've simply grown inactive, like a muscle that hasn't been used or stimulated in a long time, waiting for the right signal to wake up again. And that signal can come from you. My name is Dr. Daniela Ramirez, a board-certified urologist with more than 12 years of experience helping men restore their vitality, their confidence, and their intimate well-being, not through risky medications or painful procedures, but through awareness, strategic touch, and proper breathing. Today, I'm going to reveal two powerful pressure points that most men will go their entire lives without ever learning about. These points can reactivate blood flow, awaken sensitivity, and bring back your morning strength safely, naturally, and consistently. Before we begin, tap the like button, subscribe, and let me know in the comments where you're watching from. Our community is growing across the country, and I want to stay connected with each of you. Now let me make something very clear, something I wish every man over 60 could hear directly from his doctor. Losing morning erections does not mean your masculinity is gone. It simply means your internal signals have gotten weaker. Your nerves are still alive. Your blood vessels are still capable. Your body still knows what to do. Your masculinity is not gone. It's just waiting for you to pay attention to it again. The real issue, gentlemen, is that over time, the pathways that carry blood and nerve signals to your intimate areas begin to slow down. Not because they're damaged, but because they're simply not being used enough. Think of it like a room in your home you haven't stepped into for years. The electricity still works, the wiring is still intact, but since no one has flipped the switch in a long time, the lights stay off. Yet the moment you press that switch, the entire room lights up instantly. That is exactly how erections work. I remember one of my patients, Harold. He was 74 when he first walked into my office. He looked tired, defeated, and he told me, "Doctor, I don't even care about sex anymore. I just want to feel alive again." 3 weeks after practicing the technique I'm about to show you, he called me sounding like a different man. "Dr. Ramirez," he said, "this morning I woke up feeling like myself again. Something switched back on." And that's the truth about aging and erections that no one tells men in this country. You are not broken. You haven't lost your masculinity. You've simply forgotten how to reawaken it. And the first switch, the first pressure point, is located in a spot most men completely overlook. Pressure point number 1. The perineum, also known as the root. This small area, located between the scrotum and the anus, is considered in Eastern medicine to be the root of male vitality, an energy center where blood flow, nerves, and life force intersect. When stimulated properly, it can wake up systems you thought were gone forever. In Western medicine, the perineum is rarely talked about. It's almost treated like an irrelevant detail. But the truth is that this small, overlooked area holds one of the most important keys to restoring male vitality. Why? Because this zone acts like a control valve that regulates both blood flow and nerve signals traveling to the erectile tissue. When this area becomes tight, neglected, or chronically tense, often from years of sitting, stress, or inactivity, it's like shutting off the main water line in your home. The pipes are still there, but the flow becomes restricted, weak, or inconsistent. Just beneath this pressure point lies the bulbospongiosus muscle, which helps push blood into the penis during an erection, and the pudendal nerve, the primary nerve responsible for sexual sensation and responsiveness. Both are absolutely essential. To activate this point safely and effectively, sit on a soft rolled towel or a small cushion placed directly under the perineum. Breathe deeply, Slow, controlled abdominal breaths, and allow your body to relax into the pressure. No force, no pain, just stillness, awareness, and gentle activation. Within a few minutes, many men report feeling warmth, a subtle tingling, or even a faint pulsing sensation. That, gentlemen, is your neurovascular system waking up after years of being ignored. Thomas, a 71-year-old veteran, once told me, "Doctor, it feels like the lights just went out down there." But just a few days after practicing this technique, he called me with excitement in his voice. "Dr. Ramirez, I can feel that pulse again. I feel alive." That moment changes everything, because once a man feels even the slightest spark of life return, his mindset shifts from hopelessness to possibility. When this internal valve opens, blood begins to flow freely again, nerves start reconnecting, and your body remembers exactly what it was designed to do. You're not creating something new. You're reclaiming what has always belonged to you. Pressure point number 2 is what I call the femoral pathway, the highway of male vitality. This second point sits right in the inner crease of your thigh, exactly where the leg meets the lower abdomen. Most men never give this area a second thought, yet beneath that small fold lie two incredibly important structures: the femoral artery, the main blood supply for the entire lower half of your body, and the femoral nerve, which carries essential signals to the pelvis, the foundation of sexual function. When these structures become stiff or restricted, usually from decades of sitting, poor posture, or lack of movement, the entire pelvic region starts losing vitality. I once treated Earl, a 68-year-old truck driver who spent most of his life behind the wheel. He told me, "Doctor, my thighs are just for walking. They've got nothing to do with my erections." I smiled and said, "Give me 2 weeks." I taught him to gently trace the inner crease of his thigh with his fingertips, applying light pressure wherever he felt tightness or tenderness, while breathing slowly and deeply. After 1 week, he came back puzzled, telling me, "Dr. Ramirez, this is strange. I feel warmth again, like something is moving down there." 2 weeks later, he said something even more powerful. "Doctor, I'm waking up with a strength I thought was gone forever." And he's right. This pressure point does far more than increase blood flow. It rebuilds confidence, reconnects a man with his sense of power, and reminds him that his body is still capable of responding when given the right attention. Because when a man reconnects with the vitality of his lower body, he's not just improving blood flow, he's reconnecting with his identity, his confidence, and that quiet, steady dignity that comes from feeling alive and capable again. Erections depend on two systems working together: healthy blood flow and strong nerve signals. If either one slows down, that morning strength begins to fade because the communication between the brain and the body becomes weak, like a radio signal full of static. The two pressure points we've talked about restore exactly that connection. The perineal point releases the internal valve that controls both blood and nerve flow. The femoral point opens the arterial access into the pelvic region, the gateway to circulation and sensitivity. And once both systems are activated, the body simply returns to what it was designed to do: engage, respond, and come back to life. But if you want these improvements to last, there are 3 simple habits every man should adopt. First, practice deep abdominal breathing for 5 minutes a day. This boosts nitric oxide, a natural molecule that widens blood vessels and enhances circulation. Second, hydrate first thing in the morning. 1 glass of warm water helps jumpstart blood flow and wake up your vascular system. Third, cut down on sugar at night. This single change protects your blood vessels and strengthens erectile function more than most men realize. Combined with the 2 pressure points, these habits create long-lasting vitality. I'll never forget what Harold, at 74, told me. "Dr. Ramirez, I woke up feeling alive again for the first time in 10 years. Stories like his prove something powerful. The body never forgets. It just needs attention. Starting today, give yourself 5 minutes of quiet each morning. Apply gentle pressure to the perineum and the inner thigh. Breathe deeply and simply feel what's happening inside your body. In just a few weeks, most men notice warmth returning, strength returning, life returning. You are not finished. You have not passed your prime. Your body still responds the moment you decide to reconnect with it. If this message has helped you, please hit like, subscribe, and share it with another man who needs this information. I'm Dr. Daniela Ramirez. And remember, aging does not mean losing your vitality. It simply means learning how to awaken it again.